We are now on and we are recording. So we do two things here. We stream live, but then we record the vidcast because we're going to feature it on our website, on our homepage, probably in about 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks from today. This vidcast, after seeing it live, will be up on our homepage, and you can check it out at your leisure to just replay and see what these guys are about. So, who are we going to be hanging with tonight? It's the Aponic Blue Band, or actually I'd just say the Aponic Blue. It's a band, so as you can figure that one out.
You don't have to be so detailed.
Okay. That's right. We got Mike Stringer here. He's making sure we sound and look good. And what we're going to do here is we're going to play their first song up. It's called Money. But I also want to remind you real quickly, we do stream 24/7, nothing but the best music from the Philadelphia area. And we have a free app. Just go to the respective stores, type in YLN, and download it for free. And you can take yourlocalnote.com with you anywhere you are going. Okay, let's get to the music, and then we'll get to the Aponic Blue. The song is called Money. The Aponic Blue is the band, and this is yourlocalnote.com.
Won't let
That is the Aponic Blue, and the song is called Money. This is yourlocalnote.com. Thank you so much for hanging with us, and I'd like to welcome and thank the Aponic Blue for coming in. Hey, guys, thank you so much.
How's it going? Thank you. Thanks for
Good,
having
good.
us.
Okay, why don't you real quickly introduce yourself and tell us what you do with the band?
I'm Nate, and bass player, some backup vocals.
Kyle, play drums.
I'm Nicole, I'm the lead vocalist.
I'm Tommy, and I'm the guitar player.
Okay, excellent, guys. Let's get started right away, because the first thing that jumps out at me is the band's name. How did you get that name?
Take it away, Kyle.
Yeah, it's all yours, pal.
We've had some band changes over the years. About 3 years ago, we kind of landed on this. We landed on this group, and we've kind of been flowing with this one for a while. But before that, we had a different guitar player. Our original guitar player, we kind of battled over names for a while, and he kind of came up with this goofy term, Aponic, and we kind of liked it. And how he put it together was Aponic. Apparently, he said in the thesaurus means to labor, and to put an A in front of it's to be anti. So our view was to be anti-labor. We want to play music all day.
So there you go. That's right.
I don't want to work. I want to bang on the drum.
There we go. Yes, yes. Okay.
So that was it.
Okay. All right. Well, there's an interest there. So how long have you guys been together then?
This lineup about 3 years. The band in total just about 5. The name.
Okay, the name. Okay, Kyle, you're an original member.
I am. Yeah, I kind of founded it with a buddy I was working with, and kind of just formed into this.
And then how did the others join you?
Well, we're actually all related. We're all family.
Oh, okay.
So they kind of actually came to my rescue when the band fell apart, and I actually thought it was going to be done.
And I was in the band already.
Yeah, she had joined the band with previous members, and we had just kind of everything just kind of fell apart with the other members, and we had a show booked. We were going to cancel it, but these two guys said, "Hey, we'll jump on board, learn the songs in 2 weeks, and we'll play the show." And we'll have fun. And we had a lot of fun doing it, so we decided to continue.
So the family music is very important in your family's life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Every get together, we always bring out a guitar, and somebody's singing, or somebody's on the piano and playing and singing
For years.
For years. I mean, since we were
Our entire lives.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about the first song, Money. Who wrote it, and what is it about?
We all wrote it.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Generally, all just kind of.
Our writing style is such that somebody will come into rehearsal and say, "Hey, I got this. Check this out," and then we just take it. So I think that's kind of what happened with Money. I
were
was
playing
toying with
around.
that riff
Start
or
with the
something.
riff.
I think
So
I
start
toyed with the
guitar
riff, brought that in on the bass, and then it kind of based off. We were trying to go for
It's like an electronica
sound, and
Almost like a
everything.
dubstep type
Almost
thing.
a dubstep, which ended up walking away from the dubstep and everything, and then it just turned into what it did. And
Okay, so that's the music. Lyrics, who...
I wrote the lyrics.
Okay.
To that song, and I write them to
most of the lyrics, yeah.
Most of the lyrics you write? Okay. Did they ever give you suggestions?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Actually, the line "throw your money away" was that you?
Yeah, that was me,
So
because
that
we'd
line
just gotten off of
wasn't done,
spending money where I work just for nothing.
on like baseball mounds. Or something.
Okay, I won't go into it.
Okay.
You like to keep your job.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd like to keep your job, and we'd like to talk about music.
Right,
No,
yeah.
Okay, so this is a true team collaboration.
Sure.
On everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's definitely a unique writing experience for me. A lot of times, throughout the years, I would sit down and write a song on my guitar.
Right.
I would
Start to
vocal,
finish.
start to finish, and bring it into the band, and the band would play it. But this band is very unique, and I think that's what kind of keeps us kind of raw and energetic, is that we walk in and somebody's got an idea. Kyle will have an idea for this, or she'll have some lyrics or something. I need to put it, or we just get a mood.
Right.
You'll get a mood going during an early session of the practice. Maybe before Nicole gets there. Nate
We'll just sit there.
We'll just sit and play,
We'll
the
just start
three of
playing
us.
a beat or whatever,
And she'll
or
walk in
playing
and
a riff
go,
and everything, and
yeah.
we just feed off of it, and then we go, hey, let's just record that just in case, because that actually sounds really cool.
Right, and then you build from there.
Build from there, yeah.
A lot of it's because we don't really have the time to sit around at home
Okay.
to sit down for a couple hours to write a song. So if I get like 15 minutes, I might sit there and fiddle around or whatever, and then just put it on my recorder just so I have it.
Right.
And then maybe come back to
But
it later.
you know it's going to be I don't want to say ripped apart, but changed and moved.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely. There's really
rearranged and stuff
it's
like
completely open as far as if I bring this to if I bring it or he brings it, whoever brings it, and I go, okay, that's awesome, but let's turn it around this way.
Right.
Sure.
It's completely open minded.
And it helps that you you've known each other all your lives.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Very much so.
Yeah, we have.
Because you get bands, and it's funny, or it's fun to talk to the different bands, because you talk to some people who are really established, and then you talk to real new bands, and you see the interaction. I always try to look for it, how the chemistry is, and sometimes you're not surprised when a month or 2 months later or 6 months later, oh yeah, they're no longer together. Really shocking! Wow.
See, we kind of don't have that choice because we're going to be together the rest of our lives as family. So we either knock each other out, or whatever, or fight with each other. But the next day we're making up and we're doing what we're supposed to do, because that's what families do.
That's important. But also, you've been doing this for a while now, all of you. So you get to a certain stage. I think you go from this is mine.
Yes.
And it's the greatest thing going, or don't you dare, to after you get beaten down in the industry, you're not, okay, I get it. Let's just put stuff together and let's have some fun.
Correct.
So you guys are in that stage. You've had your butt kicked by the music industry.
Many times. Oh, yeah, many times.
And ready to roll. Okay, let's play the second song. We'll get to the second song, and we'll come back. We'll talk about that, and we'll talk about is this off an album? I should have asked beforehand, but it's an EP.
Kind of an online released EP we recorded here in Philly about sometime late last year.
Okay, and the name of it is?
We just kind of call it...
The EP.
Yeah, the 2014 EP.
The 2014 EP. Okay, well, that makes it easy, because it was released in 2014.
Yeah.
I can even remember that. All right, the song is called The Other Side. This is the Aponic Blue, and I'm going to say band, and I got to stop doing that.
We are a band.
I know you're a band, but that's not the name of it. Yes, the Aponic Blue, and it's off the EP 2014 on yourlocalnote.com.
Whichever you prefer. The split world isn't working.
The song is called The Other Side. It is the Aponic Blue. That's the name of the band. And this is yourlocalnote.com as we're hanging with them, talking about their music. And the EP is called 2014. And let's talk about this song first, The Other Side. Again, collaboration. Who originated the idea? Where did it first germinate from?
I
You
think
like that word, germinate? Huh?
that was the bass
that was
riff.
on
yeah.
the bass side.
It was a
Okay.
bass
So you start with a riff?
Just was playing around one time at home and everything. Same thing. Just brought it in there like this.
And then
It was actually not too long off of a song, another song that's on an earlier EP from Lock Me Up. It's basically almost not the same chord progression, but same key and everything. And I think it just took from there. And then
now, when you were writing words, the lyrics, I mean, it seems to me the lyrics comes after the music.
Usually, yeah.
Or are you
typically.
just writing all the time?
I write all the time in my spare time, and then a lot of times, what I have written will fit.
You'll hear something and
fit
say,
into-
"I got something
yeah,
for that."
Yeah.
And
And,
they-
sometimes I'll write while they're
right. If we
doodling.
get to a point where we have like an
I'll
idea
sit
of
down and-
a verse and a chorus, and we just kind of go back and forth. She's like, all right, just play that for a while, and we'll just
Okay.
go back and forth
Yeah.
between four measures, and
So
she'll just sit there and
you're basically writing the songs during practice.
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yep.
Yeah, it's an interesting way. Like I
Yeah.
say, it's one of the. It's really cool. Actually,
makes it exciting,
It
'cause
really
then
does because you never know what you're going to end up with
Right.
at the end of the rehearsal.
Right,
You know,
either
we come
rehearsal-
out of it. Hey, great! We rehearsed everything we've been doing, or we come out of it. Wow, we got a new song tonight.
Do you ever
Yeah.
come back after a week later and say, I'm not really comfortable? with
Occasionally,
Lord D"?
Occasionally, we haven't
One
had
or
the
two songs.
I guess what I'm trying to say
Time.
with time, but fortune to be able to really listen to it during the week between practices.
Okay.
I'm like, we have a recorder and we've tried to dump it onto CDs or whatever. It's not like back in the day when I just have a tape recorder sitting in front of us and then we
Yeah.
all just take a copy of a tape home.
Right.
And everything. So now it's like, okay, next week comes and it's like, all right, we got to listen to that to relearn it again.
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
Okay. And then it might just change just from that.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
I didn't like that. Let's do this now.
Okay.
It's a new, fresher look at
Right.
it, and say, oh, well, I don't like that. Let's change that.
The lyrics, Nicole, on the other side. What is that? What is this about?
This is a song I actually wrote it for my boyfriend. He has OCD. Mm-hmm. He gets stuck on the other side.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's just a song. Like,
So it's a life experience.
meet me halfway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you, are your
Positive song.
Are a lot of
Yes,
your
positive.
songs life experience, or sometimes you just get an idea and tell a story?
Sometimes they're life experiences. Sometimes I literally just write words that rhyme.
Okay,
Well, we,
because it
Honestly.
sounds good.
Sometimes I'm like,
Exactly.
oh, that sounds good.
That sounds good. It flows.
we also
I'm just gonna
we have a
do
song
that.
called Fireball, so you can imagine what
That's
that
about
would be.
whiskey.
That's about Fireball whiskey. So
That's a personal experience.
That's definitely that's one of my personal experiences. Drinking too much whiskey. Yeah.
And it just comes out with
I
Nicole.
can't relate to that. Not at all. Sorry.
I mean, it just comes out like Fireball is an upbeat, really hot tempoed song, so it makes sense to put it up with a fun, lively night. Okay, you're going out and have a few fireballs,
Right.
so it kind of works. So.
Okay, very good. Now let's talk about recording it. This is your second EP with this lineup.
With this
Yes.
group, yes. That's right.
Now you guys go into a studio. You don't record this yourselves. You're not a do-it-yourselfer type of band.
Not so much, no.
Okay, you record some stuff to get yourself prepared, but you've got to go into a studio.
Yeah.
Who did you record with this?
It was with Retro City Studios. They're based out of Philly here.
Okay,
We met the guy running the studio from a guy who was booking shows for us.
okay, and this is the only EP you've recorded with them.
Only EP, yep.
Yeah.
the only one
Okay.
with them.
Do you change up on purpose because you want a different ear listening all the time?
Partially, yeah, that was it. It was also a really good opportunity. We kind of was kind of like a package deal. We kind of got some pay cuts on it, so we were like, let's give this guy a try. And he was really cool,
Yeah,
really
he
fun
was
to work
He
with.
was
Fantastic.
fantastic. He was really good.
Is he
Yeah.
more of an engineer, or did he act engineer/producer?
Both.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he did both.
He
Because
lent-
sometimes
he
you only
get-
get the engineer.
No,
He-
understand, yeah.
He lent opinions. Told us flat out, if you don't like my opinion, don't use it.
Okay.
But I'm gonna give you. I've done it enough that I'm gonna give you some advice. If you want to use it, great. If not, forget it.
And we're,
Good
and we're
We're
glad
gonna
he did because
Right.
he put us some really
He had some
great
Gave us
great
great
ideas.
ideas, and
Yeah.
it's like awesome. Let's do it.
Okay.
And it worked really well.
Getting ready for another EP soon, or
We have the
Would love
songs
to.
too.
Yeah,
We
maybe
got
try to
one-
build up a few more songs, but yeah, definitely in the
will,
future.
will you go back to him?
Possibly, yeah. It all depends. The gentleman we worked with previously on our first EP with this lineup went really well too. So
Okay.
I'm not sure, but
So is it totally based, or not totally, but a big influence is obviously price.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's a help.
Okay.
So,
Well, I mean, it's you know, it's just life, and you got to
Yep.
pay for it, and you know, studio time adds up very quickly.
it does.
Well, and then with the money coming in from gigs here and there and everything, we try to save it up. We say, okay, let's try to push it. Let's try to spend a little bit of money this time.
Okay.
And try to go with something a little bit more expensive, just to see if it is actually that much better.
Right.
and all
Right.
that. So.
Did you record this like as a band, or did you do tracks, or did you do a combination of both?
A little bit of both. Actually.
Okay.
Yeah, we kind of did like the bass as like a full band. She didn't do the vocals
Right.
with us, but then went in and laid like he would lay his guitar solos over top, and then go in and do vocals and some
And
other,
fix spots here and there.
little
You know.
Okay.
in there, melodies
Yeah.
and-
Well, if I may push the band a little bit, I have the best rhythm section I've ever worked with.
Okay.
I've worked with a lot of guys behind me, and that is really a wonderful thing. We went in to the studio the last time around, and we did these 3 tracks, and they were all live takes.
Right.
Our first, probably out of the top 4 or 5 times we cut it, we used one of those tracks
Okay.
for the bass track.
Right,
And
right.
which adds a lot of life to it. It adds a
does.
lot of spontaneity to it.
It does.
Sure. Can we all sit back and hear our clinkers and our absolutely?
Right. Mhm.
But
Right.
to the general listener who doesn't know the song, you know, they
No,
can't.
and again, to the general listener, a lot of that sometimes is done to save music, to save money too.
Sure.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
you'd love to be able to lay down your tracks individually,
Right.
but again,
time.
the second you're in there,
Yeah.
You know, the clock is ticking and
Right.
and the meter is running. So
Yep.
that's interesting. Anything that you did on this EP that was different from the first EP, as far as in the recording or things that you did with the songs?
It wasn't in a basement.
Okay.
I wasn't in a basement.
Right.
I was in a bedroom.
bedroom upstairs.
Okay.
Recording my vocals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the first one.
That's interesting.
Not to knock that whole experience, because
Right.
it was awesome.
It was fantastic.
It was
He
awesome
did
too,
a
because
great
he was really
job.
good. He did a great job
Mm-hmm.
for working out of his house.
But
and everything.
there's something to be said to walk into a studio.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and we
Yep.
do the same thing here. I mean,
Yep.
we've got a studio. We're fortunate enough, and it does make a difference because there's a mindset that you have to have.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And
Yeah.
when you're in a bedroom, your mindset's going to be a lot different than when you're in a
Yeah.
professional studio.
Yep.
So that's interesting. All right, then let's do this. Let's go to song number 3. And we'll come back and talk about that, and then we'll talk about where people can find your music and also where they can see you play.
Absolutely.
All right. The song is called Sunday. It's off the EP 2014, and we're hanging with the Aponic Blue on yourlocalnote.com.
Maybe I'll find this rain and motivation another day. You know, Mondays are my thing, and neither are Saturdays. But everything in between, I fill with coffee and nicotine. It helps to get me through till Sunday. Maybe I'll find this rain and motivation another day. You know, Mondays are my thing, and neither are Saturdays. But everything in between, I fill with coffee and nicotine. It helps to get me through.
The Aponic Blue with Sunday on yourlocalnote.com, and it's from the EP 2014. And our sign fell again.
Again, I saw that.
Okay, just press it up on the top there. No, right on the wood there, right there. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, see that?
Duct tape.
Okay, of course, duct tape.
Yeah, everything's with duct tape.
Okay.
I've held guitars
Alright.
together.
Nice. Did you get that on camera again?
Yeah, we got that.
Okay,
That's
Okay.
cool.
Don't worry.
There you
All
go.
right, the second time that the sign has
It hit
fallen.
you though. That's okay.
So,
That means it's
are
a
you-
real studio.
It didn't hurt you, did it, Nicole?
It did.
Oh, it did.
Whiplash.
Okay.
I see.
There
You
we
were
go.
craning your neck a little bit.
Yeah.
I can see it. She's already looking up a lawyer. We're in trouble, Mike. You'll get 100% of nothing. from
That's
Mike.
right. Right.
So you're in good shape.
And then, sounds like a good deal.
Okay, it's all
It's all of
yours. All right, Sunday. Let's start with Nicole. What is that? What are the lyrics about in Sunday?
Sunday, it's just about getting through a monotonous work week, and I usually work until Sunday.
Okay.
So I don't have like a whole weekend. So
Sunday's your day
I
off.
just love Sunday.
So it's an ode to your free time.
Ode to my free time.
Okay,
Kind of all the craziness that'll happen on a Sunday aspect.
Yep.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
you got to get everything done on a Sunday.
Yes.
So you're not really resting on a Sunday. Got to get the car fixed. Got to do that.
But it's still like I don't.
You don't have to get
I
up
make
and
my schedule on Sunday.
Right.
It's my.
Okay, so it's the only day you're really in control.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay, who started this idea for this song?
Well, this would be another bass
riff.
there.
Another bass
Yeah.
riff. Okay.
Yeah, and it went from there.
Yeah, we
Really, it just again,
started
it's
to
just
play with it.
you play with it, and then
Well, he'll always mess around with the slap bass.
He
just
never
while we're warming
stops
up. And
ever.
It sounds like it because he's.
Yeah.
You can't when you're practicing. You can't. It's just bass all the time.
All the time.
You can get those two to shut up. Not that one.
No,
if you
It's
yell
usually
out
slaps.
enough,
It's
then-
usually slap bass too.
slaps
so
or something.
but
funky
you're
or whatever.
constantly fiddling around to
I'm
get an
constantly
idea.
fiddling just to play around and everything.
And that's it. And then
Yeah.
one of us will go, "That's it. Stop
it.
right there. What'd you just play?"
Yeah.
And he'll go, "I'll go do it again." And then we'll build from there, and somebody
Yep.
will run with it. And that's kind of how Sunday came
and it's
about.
just back and forth. It's okay, we've got that. It needs to go somewhere. And like Tommy's really good with chord progression, just because he has so much more theory behind him and everything. So it's and he also, instead of like what I can hear of the the usual chord progressions, he'll say, okay, let's go to this instead, because it's not something that everybody does all the time.
Right.
To try to make it different. And
Okay.
everything. So.
Do you try to? I guess then everything though is a spur of the moment. So there really isn't this is the style we want to do on this song.
Oh,
Sometimes we might come and
Well,
say,
per
like,
song,
yeah.
sometimes.
Sometimes we might say, listen, I wanted to do this tonight. And then, of course, it doesn't end up
It
that
doesn't-
way.
it's always the other. It ends up the other.
It's like,
This
oh,
and the
okay,
other.
let's do
Yeah.
that.
Well, you had good
Instead.
intentions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, like, we don't go away, hurt or anything.
Right.
It's just like, okay, well, we'll try that another time or whatever.
Do you, I take it then though you have a wide variety as far as influences are concerned.
Oh,
Huge.
most certainly.
So you'll
Especially between the age generation here.
And
So-
with the musical backgrounds each one of us have are very
Right.
different.
Yeah.
So why don't you give us an example of the difference in the musical backgrounds?
Start with you. Everything you've done.
Well, I used to play with originally a heavy metal band, which turned into a hardcore punk band,
Okay.
which was fantastic. Which I then went to a gospel band for a short period of time.
Okay.
Back to the hardcore punk band.
Okay.
Played with a cover band for a while. So it just really just a
So
lot
you're
of
all over
everything,
the place.
all over the place,
High
and
energy
it's
stuff,
high
even,
energy
yeah.
stuff. But I just like a lot of things, so it's whatever hits my ear at the moment.
Okay.
And everything. So.
Okay.
I started honestly when I really first got into drumming. It was just kind of for messing around. I actually started learning guitar and then just jumped on drums. But right off the bat, it was like a lot of jam bandy stuff.
Right.
In college, we're partying in college, and
Sure.
all my roommates were musicians, so a lot of it was jam band stuff, and that was my first band, was jam bandy stuff for a while. Then I wanted to do something heavier because, like Nate, I have a very wide range of
Right.
different stuff I like, so
Right.
I wanted to try some heavier stuff. So tried kind of like a heavier rock, almost metal crossover band for a while. We did a little bit, but not much, and then started actually did a little blues band for a while. That didn't really go anywhere, and then kind of messed around for a while, and then eventually put together the Aponic Blue.
All right. And singing, have you always?
I started actually. I was classically trained in opera,
Okay.
and
Boy, that gives you a great foundation.
it does.
I mean, people
didn't-
don't realize that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's an incredible foundation to be trained like that
Yeah.
because that's a lot of work.
It was a lot of work, and I didn't know what I was singing about half the time. It was always in Italian or French
Okay.
or German.
Right. But it sounds good.
It's you know, I could
beautiful.
still it was nice, but and then I started listening to Janis Joplin,
Okay.
and I was like, that is
awesome.
what I want to do, and I still I don't sing like Janis Joplin, but
Right.
but just the soul that she puts in
Okay.
her
Got it.
music. So
I thought it was great because, like, I remember when you first joined us because we were with another band
we were
together
in a family band before, the three
called
of us.
Lenore Lane, and it was more of like country bluegrass type
Oh,
stuff,
Folky,
Okay.
folky
kind
and
of
everything.
All right.
And she was still using her not operatic voice, but very much more of a chest and
High vibrato.
high vibrato and everything. And then every once in a while, you would catch, whoa, where's that voice coming from?
Right.
And it's like, use that one.
Okay.
Has a little more timber in it, and it's
you
really
you had to
ringing.
find your voice.
Yes. I
After
did.
after being trained like that, you then now have to refine.
Without ruining it.
Right, yeah.
It's tough.
I'd like to think you're still, on your way to get to
Oh, yeah.
where, you know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
still in transition, I
Yeah,
think.
right. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm
You'll
definitely
hit that-
still in transition.
That voice that you're
Yeah.
looking for.
Yep.
Okay. And your background?
I started out same thing, like country rock, and then top 40. Played in a lot of top 40 bands. Some cheesy original bands over the years too, but mostly just classic rock is what I was brought up. So you get those influences.
Right.
There's different levels of
So you're all
ages
thinking
and brackets. Yeah.
different ways at different
Sure.
times because
Right.
Sure.
music a lot of times is just what kind of mood you're in.
Right,
Exactly.
You know, you're not in the same mood all the time. And as a former program director, that was always a tough thing. You're trying to put a station together to play music, but people are not in the same mood every day at the
Right.
same time. Because if you had a crappy day at work, you may not want to listen to this type of music. You want
Right.
something that's going to let you be angry and feel good about being angry and stuff like
Right.
that. So you guys are now coming out a song, and you have no idea what it's going to come out because you have no idea what kind of moods you're in when
Correct.
you go in.
Right, sure.
I think it was confusing at first when we were doing that, but after a while, just like, this is kind of working. We like how the freedom with the writing, and we just kind of roll with it.
Okay, very cool. All right.
We get a lot of compliments when we go out, particularly about how our music is so diverse in the sounds that we get. We go from rain to
What I think we had, I think we're zeroing in on. I think we have a sound between the songs, but as far as they're different. The songs are different from each other. They're not.
Right.
It's not like the same format over
A
and
lot
over
of them
again.
are in the same key.
well,
That's
that's
just
due because
Okay.
the guitars are great in E and A.
Yeah.
Occasionally an F sharp. We're good. That's it.
that's why we throw the
It's
different chord
really-
progressions in.
But it's also good for vocal.
Yeah, it is
It
very
doesn't
good
throw
for
you
vocal.
way out.
Right.
Whatever. So.
Okay, very good. Guys, thank you so much for hanging with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Before
Thank
we, before we go, where can people find your music?
We're all over. Reverb Nation is definitely the best place you can go. We have some free downloads available on the website as well right now. You can
The
always,
website address is
Oh,
on.
I'm sorry.
It's on there.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Yep,
all right, so we have it on our screen right now.
Awesome.
Okay.
So you can find us there. Always on Facebook. You can just search the Aponic Blue right on Facebook. Our music's linked up there as well.
Okay.
And then we're very active with our Twitter account as well.
Okay, very good. Where are you guys going to be playing that people can see you?
Currently, we actually don't have anything confirmed.
Okay.
Which is actually a bummer right now. I really wish I did. I have a couple things in the works, but I don't want to put them out there because
Sure.
things are kind of iffy right now.
But when you do, let us know so we can promote it.
Absolutely.
Help
Yeah,
you guys
you'll-
with that.
you'll know right off the bat.
Excellent. All right. Final song is Rain, Water That Falls from the Sky. Lance?
It's literally about rain.
Okay.
A rainy day,
The
and
emotions you might have on a
looking for your happiness and
On a rainy day.
sunshine on a
Right.
rainy day.
Yep.
Just
Okay, the silver lining in the clouds.
feeling sullen.
It doesn't sound that cheesy though.
Oh, yeah. No, I thought that was a good
Yeah, right.
answer.
This is probably one of our more moody songs.
Yeah.
You don't write moody
It's
too
one of my
often,
favorite
but yeah.
songs.
We love
it's
this
a
song.
crowd favorite. We
Yeah.
Did you
we get it.
now again? Just let it go.
It's
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
Nice. So when you wrote the lyrics, you heard the music and said, "Okay, now I got it," or did they?
These lyrics were written before
Yeah.
that's
the
right,
song.
they were.
Okay.
And
I wrote this.
This song was really just.
We did it.
That's never happened.
Look,
the Aponic
now
Blue.
Now
We
we're
did.
doing classic rock.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's never happened before.
Yeah, it was
It works.
more or less. This was just a a thing we played around with.
Okay.
I think
This one
again,
really came out of the blue.
bass
Really.
started it because I was just playing with a riff.
You were doing that beginning riff.
and
yeah.
it was really just a free. And when we recorded it, it was really it was just a one-shot record because
Actually, we didn't intend to do that one.
Correct.
No, we didn't. We said let's just put it down and just see what happens with it, and we just
You liked
went
the way-
with it. And
So what you're hearing music-wise, I think she did overdub her voice.
I
Yeah.
did overdub.
But the music-wise is one take.
One take.
That's all we did to get this on there.
Wow.
So it's not bad. Yeah,
Yep.
it came up pretty good. Solo
good.
and all is all one
Right.
shot.
Yep.
Okay, very good, guys. Again, thank you so much. Really appreciate
Thank
you
you
hanging
for
out.
having
Thank you
us.
for having us. Yeah.
Anytime. And just again, want to remind you, we're streaming 24/7. We'll have a brand new vidcast. Actually, our next vidcast, live vidcast, is a week from tonight. We've got David Ivory coming in. He's the producer here in Philadelphia, so we're going to be talking music with him. And then also these guys there will be featured. The Aponic Blue will be featured on our website as the featured vidcast 2 weeks from tonight. So you can check that out. That's all happening on yourlocalnote.com. And of course, don't forget that we have free apps. Go to the respective stores, type in YLN, download it for free, and take yourlocalnote.com with you because you'll hear some really talented musicians from the Philadelphia area. All right, wrapping things up with Rain, Water That Falls from the Sky, from the EP 2014, and the band is the Aponic Blue on yourlocalnote.com.